All right. Let's do it. Okay. So yeah, Lynn, you can listen to her, and then you can learn some ways to answer all these questions. All right. Yeah. What's your name? Yeah. Okay. You can prepare anything you like. So this speaking test, and it will we'll do it within 15 minutes. All right. 15 minutes for each person. Yeah. Okay. What's your name? May I see your identity card, please? All right. Thank you. All right. Now let's talk about reading. Yeah. Let's talk about reading. Did you have a favorite book when you were a child? Why? Why not?
Actually, I don't have a favorite book since I was a child, because I think at that time most of the children, they are into playing more than reading, and I'm also that type of student of children. So I usually go out and play with my childhood friends, or we have some kind of physical activities more than we reading a book. So I don't really read a book at that period of time.
Okay. How much reading do you do for your work or studies? Why? Why not?
Well, if it's for work or study, like I'm a student now and I sometimes have assignments, so when there's an assignment, I usually read like 2 or 3 books that related to the topic, because sometimes I desperately need some research from other sources other than the internet. So I usually read books to find some new information that I can turn into my assignments.
Okay, very good. What kinds of books do you read for pleasure? Why? Why not?
Well, if it's for pleasure, I usually read like fiction. More specifically, is science fiction, because I think myself I'm a dreamy girl, so I usually like some imaginary stuff. So I really like fiction, like it's give me like a space to think of and really develop my imagination. And science fiction more specifically, because I think that's really cool, and that's the future thing in the book really gave me chilling and relaxing.
Yeah, okay. Do you prefer to read a newspaper or a magazine online, or to buy a copy? Why?
Well, I prefer to buy a copy, because when I read something online, because it's a screen, so sometimes it's gonna affect my eyes, and I'm gonna have bad eyesight from that, and my eyes, I cannot read them for too long because my eyes are really bad at the moment. And when I buy a copy, like the physical one, I can touch, I can feel it, and I can turn it to the way I want. Like I can find the most comfortable place or something like that to read. So I prefer buy a copy of that more than reading online.
Okay, thank you. So that's the end of speaking part 1. Now let's move on to part 2. Yeah, you can open your book now. Just look at reading, speaking part 2. Yeah, page 52. All right, now you have 1 minute to prepare. Lynn, you can help her to check the time. You can check the time for her. 1 minute, okay? She only has, yeah, exactly 1 minute to prepare. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, time's up. All right. Now, you're gonna have 2 minutes, from 1 to 2 minutes, to talk about this topic. Okay. Lynn, please help her to check the time as well. You just just check the time and just stop her when it comes to 2 minutes. Okay.
There's a big city that I want to visit is in Australia, and it's Sydney. I want to visit Sydney on a holiday, like with my friends or with my family, because I think that travel alone is not really interesting and fun to do. So I prefer to do it with someone that I know very well. And there's multiple things that I want to do there, like I want to go sightseeing or visit some well-known places that Sydney have, like the Sydney Opera House or the Botanical Garden or some museums that are very well known. And that's the kind of thing that I like to do, even if I travel elsewhere. And the reason why I want to visit at this city, because Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam is quite hot, and Australia in Sydney is kind of chiller, and it has a lot of places that I'm interested in. So I really want to give it a visit and to learn all the stuff that I wanted to know for a really long time.
Thank you. Time?
Yeah,
1 minute and 9 seconds. That's a little bit short. Okay. So remember, if you want to expand your answers, remember you have to you give more explanation, maybe give some examples, and remember who, what, where, when, why, how. Okay. All of those things, and then you can because she answered that very quickly. She spoke fluently, so that's why she finished that within 1 minute and 9 seconds. On one hand, it's quite alright. It's not that bad, but if she can, if you can speak a little bit more, okay, then it's much better. Okay, 1 minute is not that bad, but the examiner normally they need more time to judge your speech or your level. Okay, so just speak a little bit more. All right, so that is the end of speaking part 2. Yes, now you can close your book and you can now we can move on to speaking part 3. All right, now let's talk about visiting cities on holiday. What are the most interesting things to do while visiting cities on holiday?
Well, I think it depends on the people that they are going to visit the city. If they are a kind of adventurous guy, they may want to go sightseeing or go around the city to explore things. And if they are a kind of indoors guy, I think they want to explore the cuisine or the culture more than exploration or something like that.
Okay. Why can it be expensive to visit cities on holiday?
Well, I think it depends on the types of holiday that you went to visit that city, because there's some specific holiday in some cities that they have their own festival or their own culture. They celebrate things. So the tickets or the costs of literally like everything is a little bit higher than normal. And if you go on holiday, like there are national holidays or festival there, I think the cost is going to be a little bit higher than normal.
Okay. Do you think it is better to visit cities alone or in a group with friends?
Can you repeat the question one more time?
Okay. Do you think it is better to visit cities alone or in a group with friends?
I think it's going to be better when you're visiting cities with your friends, because if you go to a new city, sometimes you won't know where to go, and there's friends. Maybe there's some guys or they will know where to go or what to do there, and they're gonna guide you. Or moreover, if you travel alone, I think it's gonna be a bit lonely. And with your friends, they're gonna have new things to do with you, and it's gonna be a fun kind of experience to do when you go on holidays.
Okay. Now let's move on. careful with all the stuff here.
Oh yeah.
All right, now let's talk about the growth of cities.
Yeah.
Why have cities increased in size in recent years?
I think there are many causes to the phenomenon because as the technology develops, many things also develop as the technology, like the architecture, the artistic.
Again?
The dumpling.
Yeah, you can do it again. You kind of interrupting. Oh my god. Okay, yes, yeah, you can do it again. Why have cities increased in size in recent years?
I think there are many reasons to the cause of this phenomenon. First of all, I think that's because the development of technology, so that many other things also develop as the technology, like the architecture or the artistic thing, the art. Yeah, many things like that. And it's gonna go alongside with the buildings that they are really like big and beautiful at the same time. And moreover, I think that as different the people, they have different mindsets so they're gonna build the buildings differently, so that's make the beautifulness really developed, and that's caused the buildings to be more beautiful than in the past.
Okay. What are the challenges created by ever-growing cities?
Again, please.
What are the challenges created by ever-growing cities?
I think that the challenges that the growth of cities have, like they're gonna have a larger amount of tourists come to it, and you cannot really hello. Come on, yeah. You can really handle the people that come in. You cannot really know who they are and know what they come there to do. So it's gonna be a little bit more dangerous than in the past. And moreover, the atmosphere is gonna be a little bit more polluted than in the past.
Yes. Okay, now in what ways do you think cities of the future will be different to cities today?
Well, I mean, I think it's not gonna be a lot different than today, because nowadays I think the cities and the buildings are really beautiful, and it's really developed at the same time. So even if in the future we have many other structure or type of buildings, it's just gonna look a little bit different than today. It's not that much, and I mean, in the future the building's gonna look like a little bit more gorgeous than today, and I think it's gonna be a little bit more artistic. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So that is the end of our speaking test. Okay. So generally speaking, Ngọc did a really great job there. Okay, and she answered the good thing about her this time compared with the previous time is that she answered all of the questions directly and straight to the point. Okay, she didn't try to go around, but here this time she just goes straight to the point and answer all of the questions. Okay, and Ngọc, you use a variety of structure, grammars, and also like different kind of tenses, and you also use if clauses, something like that, and also you have a good range. You have a good range of vocabulary. You could handle some kind of interruption very well from your friends. So basically that was a good one. So part one is kind of the best, because that is some kind of personal questions, so you did the best there. Part two, like we just discussed lately, that if you can think of a little bit more things to say, you can extend your answers a little bit longer, it will be much better, okay? Because you just finished that within 1 minute and 9 seconds. It is okay, yeah, in the time frame, but it's a little bit short, okay? The examiners normally they need more time and more things to mark you, so you just talk a little bit more. And part 3, of course, part 3 normally, guys, that is the hardest part, okay? So sometimes you might face some kind of questions which are really difficult or maybe you're unfamiliar with. And for the first part, visiting cities on holiday, I think you did very well. The second part, the growth of cities, only the first question, maybe you kind of, you understood a part of that, not the full question. Because when they ask why have cities increased in size in recent years, they're not talking about kind of increase in size, I mean the size of the buildings or something. Yes, that's a part of that, but here when they talk about increase in size, I mean they're talking about population also, like the area also, okay, why it becomes so big and become larger and larger, okay? For example, like last year like Ho Chi Minh City is just like this, but next year it has more people and become larger and more modern buildings, something like that. So that's what we have to discuss, okay? Yeah, they ask about all of things. So increase in size, not about the size of buildings, the size of the houses, but also the size of population as well. And many other things. Maybe they become more modern, more jobs, more things. So everything will increase, yeah, okay? So that's the meaning of the first question. Yeah, what are the challenges created by ever-growing cities? Ever-growing cities, that means that the cities will keep growing all the time and never stop. So that's the real meaning of that word, okay? So ever-growing cities keep growing all the time. So what are the challenges? Yes, you answered correctly in some parts, yes? So maybe like for the challenges related to ever-growing cities, maybe we can talk about like population. When more people, more trouble, more problem, right? And maybe the government has to deal with maybe kind of the shortage of jobs, okay? Because we have more people, do we have enough jobs to offer? All of the things, or the crime, or all of the things you can talk about, yeah? Because when everything, ever-growing cities, they become bigger and bigger, larger and larger. So all kinds of problems can happen, okay? So you can think about that. And you talk about pollution, right? Yeah, it was good, it was good. So you can think about something else, so you can talk more. So actually for speaking part 3, that is the time and the chance for you to show your language skills. So if you can speak more, a little bit more, express more, and then you will get a high score. Yeah, I think that Ngọc did quite well there as well, okay? Yeah, quite well there as well. In what, and only some parts, Ngọc, don't try to say that, well, it is better than in the past. We are not, like the first 2 sentences, the first 2 questions, they didn't ask you to compare the cities from now and compare it with the past. You understand? Yeah. They didn't ask you to do that, okay? And the last one, in what ways do you think cities of the future will be different to cities today? Yeah, you did well there. So only the first question, you misunderstood a little bit there. Yeah. So in general, you get somewhere like 7.5? Yeah, almost like 8. Yeah, if part 2, you did a little bit better, and also for the first question, the first 2 questions of part 3, the growth of cities part, if you did a little bit better, then you can get 8. Okay? Yeah, so 7.5 is for now, and you spoke fluently, smoothly. You use a wide range of vocabulary and structures there, and you know how to answer all of the questions there. I see that you certainly have no problem answering all of the questions for all the 3 parts. So that's the point you can get right now. Yeah. Okay. With yeah, I think she made a lot of good progress there. Okay, compared with previous times, because previous times sometimes she just try to go around, didn't answer the question immediately. Okay. So this time I think she made a lot of good progress. And that's very good. Okay, so Lynn, it's your turn. Lynn, normally nobody can listen to the list of the questions first, okay? But this is your first time to do it, so I let you to stay here and listen to her so you can get some kind of knowledge and experience. Okay, but next time, after knowing this already, so next time you cannot listen to the you cannot listen to the questions first. Okay, that's too much. Yeah, all right. But it's okay. Now let's see how you perform this time. Yeah, yeah, okay. What? Okay, this is a second. Give me a second. What's that? Think too much about what kind of linking words or things you need to use. Okay, so that's a good point. Normally, when you first starting learning how to do a test or something, normally your teachers will say that okay, you need to learn to use these kind of linking words or something, right? And try to put it there, like moreover, on the other hand, something like that. Okay, but when you speak kind of very naturally and fluently already, you don't need to think about that too much. Okay. Because you have many different ways to express your ideas or feeling. Yeah? Okay? Normally those kind of advice is really good for those who are kind of advanced 6 or 6.5 or lower, but at higher level we don't think about those kind of things too much. Because now that comes very naturally when we speak, okay? We don't have to think about those kind of things, yeah? Alright, now it's your turn. Let's do it. All right, what's your name?
My name is Luyện.
Okay, can I see your identity card, please? Yeah, okay, thank you. Okay, good. Okay, now let's talk about reading. Did you have a favorite book when you were a child? Why not?
When I was a child, I don't usually read books. I'm interested in some art, some color. Like I used to drawing a lot. Like I almost draw a whole house, like on the board, on books, on many things. Like I draw every single area, and I like to coloring, so I don't used to read books so much. I don't keen on in reading books.
Okay. How much reading do you do for your studies? Why not?
If I have an assignment or some test, I gonna research on internet, and I use books as well. Like I use books to have some simple, simple knowledge or simple information about the test. And I usually use my laptop to research more information, more knowledge, more lessons about the topic, about the test I'm going to have.
Okay. What kinds of books do you read for pleasure? Why not?
I would like to have some psychological books. Like I want to know more about the human psychology. And this genre like make me interested. Like I usually watch some horror movie or psychology. So I want to read some psychological books like about a criminal or about a human psychology. Like I want to learn some more new about human psychology.
Okay. Do you prefer to read a newspaper or a magazine online, or to buy a copy? Why?
I would like to buy a copy one because I can note some of my favorite pages, know some favorite part in the magazine or in the newspaper. So I would like to buy the copy one and make it like personal.
Okay. All right, now let's move on to speaking part 2. You can open your book. And also the same as Ngọc, you have 1 minute to prepare. So Ngọc, can you please help her to check the time? Không có thể
Trời ơi, em muốn dạy vậy. Dạy mấy nè.
Remember, actually, in the real exam, you should not write in the topic card. Okay? Yeah, you have your own notes. You can write there. Okay? So just practice and make it like a real one. Yeah. So next time you just write in your notes, because the notes you can keep and you can look at the notes when you do speaking. Yeah. You can. They will allow you to look at the card, and you also can look at your notes as well at the same time. But don't write anything on their card, because they will take it back for sure. Okay. Now, Ngọc, please help her to check the time. Okay. Maximum 2 minutes. Okay. Okay, go do it.
When you talk about a big city, what I would like to visit, the first one come to my mind is Paris in France, because I want to study abroad there to learn more about the architecture, buildings and fashion. I would like to go along by myself because I want to explore many things about just along. I want to study more about fashion, like how can they create some clothes and how they create the house culture, like how can they create the fashion week and what's gonna be in there. I want to study about fashion to become a fashion designer, and also the architectures. Like I'm interested in architecture is Paris. Like they are amazing. Like so, it has some accent and some magnificent. Like it gives me the peaceful vibe. Some like colorful one. I would like to visit there and study abroad about my dream job. And that's it.
Time?
1 minute 26.
1 minute 26 seconds. Okay. Okay. You will learn the way to expand that. Okay. Remember who, what, where, when, why, how. Okay, and think of something, just give more explanation, give some examples, anything. But basically, the timeline is good. Okay, it's good enough. Good enough. Normally, after part 2, they may ask you some short questions, like if you have a chance to go there this summer, will you do it? Something like that. And you just say yes, definitely, or something. You just answer very shortly, like that. Okay, now let's move on to speaking part 3. Now let's talk about visiting cities on holiday. What are the most interesting things to do while visiting cities on holiday?
I think that it depends on many people type. Like someone will like to explore, someone will like to chilling. They can like for the people who like to explore things, they will go around like looking for some interesting places to visit, and they gonna go there and explore the new things about the city. And for the people who want to chill, like who want to have some relaxing time, I think they will go to many resort, like resort or some hotels which have relaxing mini games or relaxing give their relaxing experience. I think it depends on people. Like for me, I want to go to some beach and I want to relaxing and I want to chilling at there. So I gonna choose the resort for me. That's it.
Why can it be expensive to visit cities on holiday?
I think because on holidays, many people gonna quit work, like they will have free time, so they will travel to some different city or different country, and based on that, many costs, like many hotel rooms will increase the cost. Some services about eating, wearing, more mini games, and festival tickets about a festival is gonna increase the cost. That's it.
Okay. Do you think it is better to visit cities alone or in a group with friends?
I think it's better when we visit the new city with friends because it's gonna bring back many beautiful memories. It's gonna make the journey more fun, more happy. Like we will have the more have fun time with other friends. And when we travel to the new place with friends, we don't be alone. Like we can explore things together and we can research places to visit together.
Okay. Now let's talk about the growth of cities. Why have cities increased in size in recent years?
Because in recent years, the increasing in population go much higher than before. So they need to grow up many buildings to adapt it to the population increasing. I think the increasing size is necessary because the population is increasing highly, and they will have to having more jobs for the populations. Like they will have something. The government will have to do something. Will do things to resolve the problem of increasing population. So I think that many buildings will have to grow up to adapt it to the increasing population, and that's why.
Okay. What are the challenges created by ever-growing cities?
Can you repeat it?
What are the challenges created by ever-growing cities?
I think that the problem of number of jobs will the biggest challenging because increasing population means many people and increasing in people and increasing in like place to live, and they will have to work for their living, and they will have to find some jobs, and if the jobs was not enough for the people, like the percentage of people who don't have a job will increase, and the city in that city or that country will like increase the level. Yeah.
Okay. In what ways do you think cities of the future will be different to cities today?
I think the city in future is gonna be more modern, more technology. Like day by day, the technology will improve, and I think the most of the city on the world will going to be more modern, more smart, more convenient for people, like for citizens. I think many more buildings gonna grow up, and many new technology will create it. Like it's gonna be adapted to the population increasing and adapted to the demanding of human. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, that's the end of our speaking test. Okay, basically that's a good one also. Yeah. Of course, there's a lot of room for you to improve. Of course. I think you spoke quite fluently. Okay, smoothly as well. Just be very careful in terms of grammar because you make a lot quite a lot of grammar mistakes. Okay. For example, like the first one, they asked like, did you have a favorite book when you were a child? So they ask you about the past. So you need to use the simple past when you talk about the whole things. Okay. So sometimes you use the simple past, sometimes you use the simple present, sometimes kind of mix. Okay. So be very careful with that. Okay. So grammar, I think that's what you need to improve a lot right now. And in terms of vocabulary, it's quite alright. You understand all the questions, you answer all of them directly, okay, straight to the point. That was really good. So part two was better, yeah, yeah, okay, compared with part one. And some questions you answer much better compared with the other questions, okay. And yeah, part three, yeah, you understand the question as well, you answer them correctly as well. The only thing is that sometimes you kind of repeat all of the content quite a lot, right? So sometimes you only talk about that one, but you also, after you speak of a couple of things, and then you will come back to that again and again. It's kind of repeated. So try to figure out a way, so just to avoid that one. Okay, yeah. So those are the things you need to improve. So number one, grammar. So that will affect your points negatively. Okay, so you just work hard on that. For speaking skill, pronunciation, I think it's really good. Yeah, you spoke naturally, fluently, so that was really good. Only grammar. You use a kind of a range of vocabulary, so that's also good. Okay. Yeah, just grammar and also kind of repeated content. So that's what you need to improve. Yeah. Okay. So for your speaking part, this time you will get somewhere like 6 to 6.5. Okay. Yeah, you can mark it somewhere so you remember. So next time when you make any progress and you see that okay you have improved or you have you have improved or not. So yeah, you can write down. Okay, so we have just finished our speaking test. Do you have any questions? Okay, and Ngọc, I forgot. Sydney in Australia, not Australia in Sydney. Okay.
I said that.
Yeah. Okay. So the city, yeah, Sydney in Australia. Australia is the city. Is the country. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.